Hi there, I'm NTom64. Thanks for choosing to watch one of our movie commentaries. Unfortunately, due to copyright laws, we're unable to show you any of the video content, so you'll have to supply a copy of the movie yourself to go along with the commentary. Specific information about the movie we're covering can be found in the video description, so please check that out before you go any further. Please make sure that the movie is set to the time specified in the video description. In a moment, I will count down from 3. When I say now, you need to press play on whatever program you're watching the movie with. Make sure to use the version of the movie specified in the description or you may experience commentary desync. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoy the commentary. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, now. Hello everyone, I'm NTom64.
And I'm the Helldragon.
Welcome to the Hellfire Comm's audio commentary for Mewtwo Strikes Back, the first Pokemon movie.
Yeah, that's eerily prophetic, isn't it? Considering how often these fuckers come out now.
What is it, yearly or something?
I think it's yearly. That's a good time to, hey guys, remember Pokemon? You could be watching it in a theater right now.
Well, if you live in America or Japan, maybe, but as Europeans, we didn't get it so well. At least after the second one, or maybe third one? Yeah, third one.
Man, it's just coming back to me now, being, well, in my case, a teenager. I don't know what this kid shit is like. Pokemon is out, it's this new thing, and then they're talking about bringing it to the big screen. It's full official movie, and you're so psyched in, it's amazing. And then you never get to see it until 5 years later when you borrowed a copy from your friend next door. No, I'm not bitter, why do you ask?
Yeah, just imagine, nowadays Pokemon is still popular, but it's nowhere near the phenomenon it was during, 98 to, maybe early 2000s. And hearing that a Pokemon movie was coming out was a massive thing for me. I could not shout at my mum to take me to see it fast enough, to be quite honest.
Yeah, man, and then they came out, and time has kind of distilled my opinion towards it a little bit. I mean, it's okay in some respects. In some, it could be a lot better, but I guess at this point, it's still trying to find its feet in the whole movie department, making it longer than the standard Pokemon episode. So, it's a few hits and misses.
What's cool about it is, and not all of the Pokemon movies do this, this one is actually, I would say, canon, because it ties into the series itself.
That's true. Later on, you'll see events that occurred within the Pokemon anime airing at the time, tie into various events that happened here in the movie. So, while the other ones are kind of, they're not really sure where it fits within the timeline, this one you can firmly plant within the anime's timeline, back when, the anime was supposed to end at one point. Why'd you put tubes on his heels? Does that really get you more data?
Especially the tail. Especially the tail.
Well, I mean, that tail is tricky. That's like 1 million data points right there.
Some of you HFC old biz may remember this was actually our first movie commentary, and you may also be asking, why are we doing it again? Well, firstly, that audio commentary isn't available except for the version that's tied to the video, which we can't freely distribute, and also, there is a new Pokemon movie coming out that features an extreme speed Genesect, and Mewtwo getting a new form.
Yeah, I took a look at it, and it looks like Mewtwo just smeared its body out like it went too fast and stuff. It's like, oh shit, what did I do?
Kinda looks like Super Saiyan 3, really. Like, he took his tail, he put it on his head, and, got that little tube that connects his head to, his back, and is like, yeah, that'll make a bitchin' Halo or something.
So you guys know the story by now. Mewtwo is a copy of Mew designed to be science. And Mewtwo didn't really like that. He was baking so long in that chicken broth that it kind of goes a little out there, things like that. It's very familiar to anybody who knows their basic Pokemon facts by now.
Well, even the games cover it, so. But they said Mew gave birth there. They didn't say Mewtwo was a clone, which is kind of weird.
Good job. You've basted him very nicely. He'll be delicious.
Nice little bit of tension here.
Yeah, why do I have balls for fingers? I think I'd be a little bit pissed too, because everybody else has better hands than me.
Can't even open a single bag of crisps with this shit.
I mean, think about it. You have to think about what went into the design process here. They give him a tube on his back, big balls on his ankles, and balls for fingers. Of course he'd be a little mad. No chicken broth for anyone!
This is also canon to the series, because psychic types in Generation 1 were overpowered as shit.
That's true. There's a lot of stuff going around about how the original Game Boy games, they weren't really that balanced out yet. So yeah, in those games, sidekicks were pretty broken.
Well, in Generation 2, they split the special stat into special attack and special defense, and some psychic Pokemon got nerfed or buffed because of this, and Pokemon in general. But in the first game, special was just one stat, and psychic types were absurdly overpowered in that regard.
I'm just gonna kill y'all now, if you don't mind.
Okay, so we start off a kids' movie with a murder. Lots of murders, actually. Cool.
I mean, just think of all the chicken broth they killed, man. It's horrifying.
This was Giovanni's side project, Chicken Soup Factory.
Yeah, the anime really plays a bit into Giovanni's relationship with the Mewtwo, and it's kind of sad to not see the movies tie in to the main show that well anymore, because when you have this kind of it tying together like this, it provides a lot of nice little layers, and it's kind of satisfying to see how it all works out. Oh, delicious Ted Lewis. I mean, well, I'm not sure how delicious that would be, but you know what I mean. It's very good.
Delicious as chicken broth, I would assume.
And fun fact, same voice actor as Yami Bakura in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, I can definitely hear that.
Yeah, it's definitely there. You don't hear the British thing much that Little Karibo has made a profitable business out of making fun of, but...
I'm going to be a massive nostalgia fag here. I think the first two movies, and the third one to an extent, have a kind of, like, atmosphere to them that the rest of the movies really don't. They kind of became like a cash cow product after that.
Yeah, I agree. Especially here. I mean, Mewtwo Strikes Back with all of its flaws. You know, it's still entrenched so well in Pokemon, I think, and they're still really kind of satisfying movies just to see the spectacle.
Yeah, because the later ones, and stuff like, I don't know, that one with the water horse from Generation 5, it's just so rudimentary. It's like, yeah, here's a legendary, shit's happening, here you get a nice little bit of build-up, and again, it ties into the anime, it pulls from the games and whatnot, and it's just pretty cool.
Yeah, that gives Mewtwo an origin, it builds him up a bunch as a really big kind of threat, and it's just more impressive in the long run.
Oh, back when Giovanni's identity was meant to be all hidden and whatnot.
Yeah, here they just kind of went, yeah, well, Giovanni's kind of an asshole. I mean, he's like this super powerful gym leader, but clearly he's a little bit picky about that.
Who uses an Onyx? Like, really? Have any of you taken an Onyx into a gym battle?
Yeah, I mean, even its evolution is, like, terrible. Why would you even use Onyx at all anymore? It's all those Tauruses that Ash caught at one point.
Yeah, in the episode that they can't show because someone put a gun to Ash's head.
So I guess this is like typical psychic training, just like tossing bulls everywhere.
Okay, now you're just getting lazy, Rocket, like really?
Oh, and I believe some of the footage here of the gym battles was actually also played in the anime itself. One particular one coming up in a bit. So again, I really like how everything ties together.
Magneton was always one of my favourite electric types.
See, there's Gary right there. He actually fights Giovanni in one of the episodes in Pokemon. But they never show Giovanni's face. I mean, you don't know it's him until the movie where it's like, hey, I'm evil!
And in that episode, it's actually Jesse and James who take over the role of the gym leader, while Giovanni's off fucking around doing whatever, really.
Oh, that's true. I remember that.
You could let me, like, have a bed or something. Do I really have to stand here all day?
A chair, a stool, you know. I got my loins, my Mew loins.
I realise I can't make a bed due to my ball fingers, but seriously, man, some dignity, please.
So is he, like, hooked up for the internet with all those wires? Because, I mean, can he at least get, like, YouTube in that visor?
His Mewtwo is always on. Perfect console. Oh no, I pissed off the extremely powerful genetic freak. I never saw this coming at all.
I like how he's like, stop that, like it's gonna help.
Oh god, it's Warrior Within all over again. Where's Godsmack when you need him?
I stand alone. This also happened in the anime. The whole place fucking blows, and Jesse and James actually view it in the distance.
See, I love that, like alternate takes on a story, like seeing it from a different perspective.
I really wish he kind of kept the armor until later on in the movie, you know, when they kind of build him up more as like the main villain, because this guy's the main villain. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You're kind of gonna guess this already. He's clearly gonna be the main villain of this picture. I'm not spoiling it for you.
You should have, like, learned that from the title of the movie. It's not called Mewtwo Strikes Back because Darth Vader comes in at the last second or anything.
Mewtwo is a surprising ally, which none of us have expected. So you're just gonna live in your own filth? Come on.
Oh, you know, for a guy who doesn't really like being a clone, he seems very comfortable taking the name Mewtwo, just saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how can you branch off from Mewtwo? He can't go around calling himself Steve. That kind of just undermines his authority.
Oh, the dub title screen. You gotta love it.
That is a nice field. I would totally like having someone make me lunch there.
Even if it was Brock.
Well, I mean, I assume Brock can cook good, you know. He's making some weird sort of clam chowder stew over there. I'd give it a try at least once.
Not pictured the Pokemon that actually went into that stew.
Yeah, they're really vague on that issue since Pokemon is supposed to be our friends, but you can eat Farfetch'd. They come with their own seasoning, for God's sakes. They tell you that.
You know that's like a Japanese idiom or something? A duck comes bearing green onions or something?
It is?
Yeah, it's meant to be like a really unlucky thing. That's why Farfetch'd isn't that great. You can trade a Spearow for it, for Christ's sake. One of the most common Pokemon in Kanto. I came from the Hoenn region, but I'm not from Team Aqua. Why does everyone keep saying that?
Those shitholes don't know what they're doing, man. That's not work, you idiot.
Yeah, Pokemon Battle isn't work. That's why he never takes it seriously, and he never wins any tournaments. Massive foreshadowing.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Oh, the first movie theme remix. I love it.
Just imagine that flowing over you in the movie theater. I mean, I can't, because I never fucking went, but you know what I mean.
This is by Billy Crawford, and it is delicious.
Yeah, for the early movies, they got a lot of, like, actual singers. Well, I mean, like, singers we're familiar with, and, like, some celebrities to do some songs for it. You know, the famous one, Weird Al doing a Pokemon. Was it for this one or the second one?
It was either the second or third movie.
First time for Dawn fan.
One of my favourites from the second generation, actually.
Yeah, he's using that rollout shit that Milk Tank's gonna be known for.
Bloody hell. Fun fact, the soundtrack for this movie went double platinum in the UK and gold in the US, I believe.
Wow, really? Well, I mean, it's Pokemon, I'm not surprised. It's like, fire's hot!
I think I actually had the OST for this.
Some of the songs are okay, I wouldn't buy them on, like, a CD.
Yeah, some of them are really quality, and some of them have, like, a passing, like, reference to what they're actually covering in the movie.
I mean, I remember, like, when you were playing okay, we'll play this twice, why not? I remember when you got, like, the Pokemon Trading Card Game starter pack, and they would always give you a first edition mod shop. There must be, like, 40 million of those flying out there right now.
I'm kind of fine with Bulbasaur versus Donphan, because Bulbasaur's a grass type and Donphan's ground. This it doesn't make a lick of sense.
You could probably eat that turtle. Shit. No, Bubbles!
And that's why Squirtle's very rarely used in tournaments.
He's totally banned for his abusive bubble ability. Okay, who's streaming the fight We've got copyright laws, guys.
Fuck the rules. Every Pokemon ever, go!
He's got that little manic look in his eyes, like, I'm gonna fucking kill you! Yeah, that doesn't work on Golem, I think.
Venomoth and Pinsir I can take, but Golem, no.
Now in the Japanese version, he says, "Oh my god!"
Does he really?
Well, he doesn't say it like that, like Joseph Joestar. It would be fantastic, but it doesn't happen, unfortunately.
Oh hey, it's the comic relief.
It's kind of sad when they have to be labeled just so you know what they're supposed to be doing. Oh, we're supposed to laugh at these guys, alright.
Yeah, now in Generation 5, Black and White and Black 2 and White 2, they are actually quite competent. Then they go back to being, I think, silly for a little bit, and I believe they're competent again now.
So, they're not really sure what they're trying to do with them? Can't they do, like, something in the middle? You know, they're goofy, but hey, at least they do some shit right?
Yeah, at least they're on a level now.
So this was back when they were more tolerable than they are now, which isn't at all.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
You know, Pikachu is making those croutons look really tasty. So, having Togepi come in was a pretty cool thing at the time, because it was, you know, alluding to Gold and Silver. Not everyone was sure what was going on at the moment. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, well, they start to do that with each movie, really. Like, especially around the time a new generation was coming out, they'd advertise it by putting Pokemon in the movies themselves.
So, okay, since we all know he's the villain, I'm gonna have to ask this question. Where did he get all this shit? Where did he get all the cameras, the fucking TVs, this big, goofy Final Fantasy tower in the back there? Where did he get all of it?
Psychic UPS. Or PUPS for short.
Okay, sure.
I just want to point something out here. There is an episode of the anime, and it's the first appearance of Bill, you know, the guy who handles the PC storage system. And the Dragonite in the episode is huge. It is literally bigger than the lighthouse.
Yeah, I remember that.
Is this one a baby or something? Sonic the Hedgehog.
No! Don't bring that into this.
Okay, Dragonite, you can get out of the frame now, thanks.
I'm really interested in this now.
Like, what kind of postman just stands there and watches you as you read your letter? You know, a piece of paper would have just worked. It probably would have cost less, in terms of postage at least.
Well, I mean, he's got all this access to this fancy technology and TVs and shit. He might as well go all out in his messages. We've got to go, otherwise the movie isn't really going to go anywhere.
Flash his fucking face. Well, my job here is done. Peace, bitches.
I have a fun fact about Dragonite, actually. If you like him, you have bad taste.
That's not a fact. That's an opinion disguised as a fact.
That's not a fact at all. No, I don't like Dragonite.
What is it you dislike about Dragonite?
He looks so crummy for the only dragon types at the time. Later on, they of course improved, but at the time,
Yeah, I should point out, this is the guy who likes Salamence.
Salamence is fucking rad. What's wrong with you?
He's no Rayquaza, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I like Rayquaza too. I'm just saying that these days the dragons tend to be better overall than frickin' Dragonite.
That doesn't explain why Lance used 2 or 3 of the fuckers.
So let's see. Mewtwo knows how to manipulate the weather. He has access to Final Fantasy towers and TVs and things like that. Shouldn't I be fighting him at the end of a Final Fantasy game? So I like how casually he was just like underwater, not drowning. And then he figures he should go do something about it. Now, in some of the original versions of Mewtwo Strikes Back, there's actually a prologue where Team Rocket scientists go into the rainforest and they find one of Mew's eyelashes. And as you know, that's how they ended up getting the DNA they needed to create Mewtwo. And also in the prologue, Mewtwo, while he's in the tubes in his mind or whatever, he meets this girl called Megan. And it turns out Megan's actually the head scientist's daughter, and the whole reason he did the whole Mewtwo thing was to try to find out a way to clone her and, bring her back to life and save her life. But then she ends up dying, and because of that, Mewtwo starts getting a little messed up in the head, and that sort of leads to his motivations in the movie.
Meanwhile, in England...
Yeah, it's just like this all the time. Pokemon trainers fucking cramming everything while everything rains. It's more than just rain, it's super rain!
Why do you have an accent?
Yeah, it's so kind of pointless.
It's so weird hearing the Generation 1 voice actors.
Yeah. It just feels like so long ago, in that mystical time.
Well, it was more than 10 years ago, coming close to 13 now.
Yeah, that's true. Wow.
Well, more than 13, actually.
I'm ancient. It feels that way.
Oh, hey, Gary.
Yeah, they kind of have to recycle voice actors every so often, so yeah, here's Gary for your movie.
I'm pretty sure that guy in the red tracksuit on the right is Tracy.
Besides, they all have unique costumes, so of course they have to be important.
I'll just hire a new one, then.
Yeah, there's like 40 million! It's the woman on the holocard. No, this is not a spoiler, because if you're fucking smart, you guessed this by now.
Oh, cool, he has a Pidgeotto.
Yes, a Pidgeotto. Now, I have to admit, that's kind of one of the appeals of Pokemon, just having the idea of, you just want to, ride a Gyarados somewhere and just do whatever the fuck you want. That's pretty cool.
And go on magical adventures and shit. That's the reason people want an MMO, not just to frigging grind, 50 Raticades to get 2 EXP, just being a living, breathing world with Pokemon and shit.
Yeah, and then the competitive scene just turned it into a fucking spreadsheet, and I don't feel like doing math, thanks. I'm right here, buddy.
Go Squirtle! Raft mode, engage!
Alright, here we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that sit here, and let you revel in the choice they decide to make.
I first heard that joke in Hey Arnold. What?
Fucking die. Just end. Just stop it. You're terrible. Just quit it right now.
Minnesota is canon to the Pokemon universe?
Well, that's the only reason to go there now, I would think.
Well, the American Pokemon universe, anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's really the only one that matters when you think about it. So, yeah, I hope you Vikings know how to fucking surf. I like knowing what everyone's tonsils look like. That's good. That's good.
Well, you gotta keep that tonsil spreadsheet up to date and whatnot.
That's true. How did it wash off their outer clothes but keep their inner clothes? Fuck it, whatever.
It's an anime Helldragon, don't look too deep into it.
Look, now's not the fucking time, guys.
Poseidon does not want to hear that shit.
Go Squirtle, I'm gonna surf on you. Man, if you could just, surf on a Staryu, that would actually be great.
Well, you could throw it like a ninja star. It's very versatile as the Staryu family. Help, I've only got rock Pokemon!
And Vulpix!
Go, Onix!
Oh, shit.
Onix, you were as useful as a chocolate tea kettle in this situation.
Yeah, the giant rock snake isn't really aerodynamic through the water. I am honestly surprised they're not dead right now, because this storm is fucking killer.
Well, if it's not drowning, that'll get you. It's, the temperature.
Yeah, and hitting waves at full force, too. Pretty sure if you do it the right way, you can break something. I wouldn't know, I don't feel like experimenting, but, kind of go with me here. At least they're doing a lot of cool jumps. Like, maybe if they flipped in the air, they could get more points. I don't want to critique their strategy here, but I'm just saying.
Times 3.
Come on, you pesky air breathers. The whole holding breath thing wouldn't be that much of a problem, except for the fact in later movies, Ash clearly opens his mouth when he's in water, and then manages to survive anyway.
Let's not talk about that movie again, please. It still hurts.
We're in the eye of the bullshit. Steven Spielberg presents
Mew, the sperm tail Pokemon. I'm not kidding, that's basically what Mew is meant to represent. His tail is a sperm because he is basically the father/mother of all modern Pokemon.
Here, we all act like robots. It is the coolest thing. I thought he was digging for his Pokédex for a minute here. No!
Hadoy!
Oh,
Sorry. Hajoy!
well, thanks for that complex mystery, Layton.
Nice lying here.
Yeah, it is pretty neat. I do like the whole atmosphere of this place, even if it is powered by the bullshit. Today on characters who are still amazingly not dead. I'm just gonna find a movie to cruise into. Just ruin everything.
Mew, you already had Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. I mean, granted that was like 10 years in the future, but still.
Yeah, clearly you should predict what you're gonna do and then let that affect you now, like all time travel. I have to agree, actually, kind of, with the nostalgia critic on here. He's kind of dopey.
Well, he's basically a foil to Mewtwo, really.
Yeah, that's true. I agree on that. But in this early part, he's just like, are you gonna do anything? So, nice architecture, Kefka. It's those big double doors I saw in the trailer!
Yeah, when you build enough of those giant doors, do you ever think to yourself, this really isn't needed? I'm not that tall.
Maybe we could be that tall, Tom. Maybe with our new potential, we can realize heights we've never seen before.
Well, as we discussed earlier, Mewtwo's new form kind of alludes to the fact that he is based in Taffy.
That's true. Why are you serving, like, pears? Ew.
The rest died.
They were not rad enough for Robot Island.
One guy tried to swim here using a Goldeen.
I mean, come on. Do you really want to join this party? I mean, I know what happens later in the movie. It's not really that good. No, we're not doing a sewer level. No. Hello.
Y'all got any TMs I could use? I could go for HMs as well, I'm not picky. And bringing up the rear is Psyduck.
Yeah, thanks, Psyduck. What a contribution you are.
What?
What?
Yeah, that's the dub for you. Diddle-da-do, but bonk.
As you know, here in Texas, we like blue a little bit too much.
Why is not Gary Texan Helldragon?
Because if he wasn't Texan, he'd just be not Gary, pretty much.
Yeah, but then again, if Minnesota exists in the Pokemon universe, I suppose not Texas could as well.
There's like a terrifying Pokemon version of Seattle out there, and I just don't want to know any more about it, thanks.
Okay, so we've got the guy who uses bluish Pokemon, water types and a Nidoqueen for some reason. The girl who uses cute Pokemon, and then not Tracy, who has a Cypher, I guess?
And Ash, who uses Pokemon that lose all the time.
You see, it's theming, it's like poetry, it rhymes.
Alright everyone, this is gonna be his first form. Ash, I want you to spam Ultima. Misty, you're on Curaga duty. Brock, I want you to see if you can steal that rare sword from him, because that would go great on your character sheet.
I don't even know why I installed this spiral staircase.
Well, it's thematic, very Final Fantasy themed, but yeah, clearly he doesn't fucking need it.
I'm gonna need to hire a non-human servant in the future.
Why don't you just enslave like a magneton to do stuff for him?
You could float around on him at least.
Pokemon shit sewer adventures, thanks. Well, that was interesting, bye.
Is that all you're gonna do throughout this entire picture? Just, trick people into looking behind them?
Man, I never got a Mew. I knew someone who had a Mew once, and the only time I ever tried was to do it, through the truck trick that never actually worked out.
Yeah, there was nothing under the truck in Generation 1. In Generation 4, I believe, with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you can get back there, and you know what's underneath Helldragon?
What?
A lava cookie.
I like cookies with dirt and probably truck treads on them. They fill me up so with probably diseases.
Yes, plus 10 to diseases.
I'll get your dog tag too, Mewtwo. Oh, the dialogue, it hurts. Ah!
Okay, so Brock heard that in his head, and yet he felt the need to make Nurse Joy talk.
Oh man, I knew I shouldn't have put distrust in the Force.
It's not gay if the balls touch.
I can't believe you made that joke.
I'm sorry.
He's all wet. Haha, if you laugh, I'll kill you. See, he's gonna lose because he's not using the red Gyarados. I'm sorry.
Yes, the one shiny everyone has.
I don't care. I love that Gyarados. It's so awesome.
Nope.
Damn, EVs! When this gets to Generation 2 and your special stat gets split, I'll get you!
Stop being Texan, Gary.
I'm just imagining a little Yosemite Sam in Pokemon Universe. Gosh darn Mewtwo Rabbit!
I just noticed a colour mess up back there. It was actually Nidoking.
Huh.
Yeah, it was all purple and whatnot.
I had this weird dream. I was playing Final Fantasy 2 and I didn't like it.
Is this a Renaissance fair? A really fucked up Renaissance fair?
This historical reenactment is getting crazy.
Now watch as I use my psychic powers to create the world's longest cinematic pan.
Look at my crotch! Who am I? I'm the last entry on your Pokédex, fools!
Well, technically it's Mew. That doesn't really make sense, but whatever.
Alright, on this level we need to find the compass so we can get the hook shot.
Why does Mewtwo's castle have a sewer system? I can't really envision Mewtwo going to the toilet.
I imagine if he did it, it'd have to be very, evil, very dramatic. This toilet is mine alone. So this is how the Chinese keep making counterfeit Pokemon.
Mewtwo was created from chicken broth stock, and they were created from Mountain Dew. Seems legit.
But you can tell they're fake by holding them up to a light bulb. See, I've been trying to get HBO on this for years. See, I guess this is what happens when you pirate a copy of this software. It's just all staticky and it doesn't work right. H.R. Geiger, Pokemon cloning!
Do not want.
That's really complex just to get like a few hairs off his tail. You don't need like the flippin' Geiger grabby claws. It's time for crafting!
Oh look, it's the Pokemon Stadium model.
Really?
It looks similar. They actually used them in The Power of One, which I think you'll remember.
Oh yeah, the waltz of the CGI. Or was that a different movie? They're all using CGI now, admit it. Not anymore! We've taken your name and we've copyrighted it!
Oh my god, he's destroying everything. Please upload to YouTube in time.
Mewtwo, stop! Ah! Firefox crash! Damn Flash plugin!
I just love how he had time to create a vlog while Mewtwo was destroying the laboratory.
He had to use all the editing software. Gosh, stop it! I gotta use Premiere!
The final thing that scientists saw on Earth was the processing bar that said 1 minute remaining.
And then he dies right before it stops. No! Oh, this looks interesting. What's up, guys? We dreamed of creating the world's most Thunder Thighs-esque Pokemon, and we succeeded. I had like a trading card that was like that frame, where they were all looking at the computer with like Mew over Meowth's head.
Oh yeah.
I think they came in like the, the Burger King promotion that happened at the time. I believe those weren't included along with the toys that could kill you somehow.
Kind of like the whole Ancient Mew thing for the second movie.
Yeah, just leave it to us in America to figure out how to kill ourselves with plastic. We're pretty good at that. So why is the rest of his body so smooth, but he has like that bulky shit over his chest?
Because he's a clone Helldragon. Obviously not a perfect clone, because this one has god complexes.
Yeah, we might have to iron that out in the next version, alright. We gotta do some bug testing on Mewtwo.
Which is funny, because Bug is good against Psychic.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm just learning so many things that I should already know. Friends are weird.
What good are friends if you can't clone them?
Friends are only good for flinging across the room, clearly.
Even then, Ash had such a loner for Pikachu, even at the expense of his other Pokemon, really.
Well, he is so marketable, that's why we can't kill him.
Yeah, Ash's original partner was going to be Clefairy.
Didn't that happen in one of the mangas?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And the Clefairy could talk, and it was also really dirty?
It was super kawaii, if I recall correctly.
Man, I like Rhyhorn like a ton. It's kind of sad that he's not... You don't see him that much anymore, because I always thought he was a really cool design.
Rhydon not so much, but Rhyhorn pretty decent.
Hell, back when I was drawing, like, those terrible Pokemon comics I did as, like, a teenager, I had Rhyhorn in the main team, because Rhyhorn is rad.
Yes, as you can see, I can toss people across tables.
No trainer can conquer Mewtwo, but can Mewtwo conquer the need for good shoes? There is no shoehorn that can get those out, I'm sorry. Ew. I don't like where this is going.
The imagery was bad enough, I didn't need the sound effects.
My makeup! It's everywhere! Ew, stop it!
Weird pigmentation shit.
I know this is supposed to represent something, but it's icky! He even decorated his shell!
Let's go be fabulous. Don't get too close to his tail, Venusaur.
Well, y'all are boring, bye. I'm off to go get the compass. I wish I had floors that just opened up holes and were able to close for no other purpose. How do you do that with psychic powers?
It's like I need a snack. Up comes a bowl of Cheetos.
He's not just a powerful psychic, he has Square Enix funding, clearly, if he's able to make places like this.
Does have a bit of an RPG vibe to it, this castle.
See, you got the big tall doors, you got the Jabu Jabu belly kind of doors we saw earlier, now you have this door. It's just big spectacle for nothing, really.
Well, when he's not planning to kill humanity, he, invests in the doors industry.
He's a very apt interior decorator. He subscribes to all the latest, home network kind of things. I'm sorry, what?
Brute root.
Okay, there's a character limit that you're not allowed to go over for a reason. I'm sorry, guys.
Obviously, this is an allusion to the games where you could name your Pokemon, and I named my Charizard Delta. Fight me R-I-L, or whatever.
I like how Ash was so uncreative that he just decided to call Charizard Charizard. It's even the show is even acknowledging how terrible he is. You can't beat me, I have EVs!
Yes, legendary line.
So wait, is this whole facility wind-powered, or is his psychic powers moving the fans so that it's powered? I don't...
Mewtwo is a very eco-friendly terrorist.
He does interior decorating, he cares about the environment. I really don't see what the problem with him is. Serve your purpose, go kill your other people. Well, guys, you don't need to go to the center, this is taking forever, come on. Oh, by the way, they're all ridiculously OP.
Mewtwo must have cloned him with like an action replay or something.
Our clones will be essentially overpowered, for we have the action replay on our side. Now's a great time to break the rules and use everyone. Fire all weapons, Captain.
Yep, pretty much.
Hey, wait a minute! You don't know Rapid Spin until Generation 2!
Cheating son of a bitch.
I have a feeling Mewtwo is not playing fair. He's got, terrible burn marks all over him. That's like a Charizard who doesn't know what to do with his own flame.
He's a GBASP, the tribal one.
That's a pretty cool Charizard combat. I can dig it.
Did you ever read The Electric Tale of Pikachu, the manga?
I read up to, I had, only 4 issues. I don't know what really happened after that. What happened?
Well, basically, Ash is fighting Richie in the Indigo League, and it's Charizard versus Charizard, because Ash had a Charizard in the anime, but Richie had a Charmander called Zippo, so they changed it up a bit to, make it more evenly matched, and they were going at it, primal style, and Ash's Charizard was so vicious, he was forced to recall him, and there was actually blood everywhere. It was kind of gruesome, actually.
Oh, dude. You're supposed to take him down all the way. Come on, you gotta do it the Hagar way. That was mildly arousing, but I think I'm done. Bleh.
No!
I'm nearly dead. I think I'm done. Hey, wait a minute, you can't do this until Pokemon Coliseum, you fucker! Guys, I think Mewtwo's not on the ball. Okay, well, he has balls here, but you know what I mean.
3 of them.
On all hands. So, wait a minute. I thought he wanted to kill all the other Pokemon. Remember, I'm cheap.
Mewtwo really likes tossing people across rooms.
Yeah, that's kind of his only gig, now that I think about it. It's like, toss it! That's like his only way to solve a problem.
You know, maybe just purchase a cheap, unused factory, buy a bunch of beanbags or, you know, cheap pillows, and just let him go nuts.
Like, maybe that's how he reorganizes, all of his rooms. Just toss it. We'll see what they end up.
Now, I'm not sure if this is like an overt reference or anything, but it's a neat little coincidence. And that guy, the one with the cipher, same guy who voices Tracy, who also has a cipher.
Huh, that's true. I really don't think I like Black Doom invading my movie.
Pidgeotto, no!
I can never find out your name, but I love you anyway. Hey, wait, he's just farming all these Pokemon. That's not fair.
I love the payoff to this.
Haha, I beat you, motherfucker.
I showed you fuckers, didn't I? Psych!
Nope. Well, running seems to be the only good option. What an exciting movie. I mean, think about it. Most of the movie is just them getting fucked over by Mewtwo.
Well, it is called Mewtwo Strikes Back for a reason.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know he's like this super powerful motherfucker, but I don't know. I'm starting to wish it wasn't so reactive.
So this is why he installed the spiral staircase for the chase scene.
Of course. Although it doesn't have any steps, so I imagine it'd be hell to walk up. I guess he just had Nurse Joy crawl up it because he's a sicko like that.
Well, he does enjoy the sight of humans on their knees. That was a joke.
That was a joke. End it there.
Oh, this is the exact opposite of a super fun, happy slide.
This is like the super work hard to get nowhere slide. Did you ever play this level in Wii Fit, now that I think about it?
Might have done.
It looks like a workout, alright. See? That's why! It's a super work hard slide. That's not fun at all. Kefka, why is your tower so big? You're supposed to save this shit for when you fight the bosses. They're all lined up.
Whee!
Hey, wait, it's not. It's just gonna be falling in the water, and as you know, electricity is good against water types. Psych! Bonk!
It's actually a very shallow pool, it's not deep at all.
I'm honestly surprised I didn't, break something, considering the height he fell.
Okay, so what's Bulbasaur then? Mincemeat?
I don't know, I'm up for a Bulbasaur cut
Sorry,
myself.
I meant chopped liver.
Okay. Here they deliberately get it wrong, as revealed in the DVD commentary, because the producers, or the writers or whatever, wanted to make kids feel better than Team Rocket for actually knowing what they are. It doesn't really work when you call Pidgeot Pidgeotto.
Yeah, I'm not buying that shit, sorry.
It's the last time I hire H.R. Geiger to make my factory.
Man, that Rapidash clone came out really weird.
Thank you!
He says what we're all thinking.
No! This is the wrong thing! This is not the Dark Seed!
This is not the clone machine. This isn't the clone machine at all.
It's doing things opposite of what I expected from a clone machine. Wow, those are pretty weak arms. He's trying to bite one off. That's how mad he is.
Ash is pretty intense in this movie.
Yeah, I gotta admit that. I mean, all things considered, he plays fucking hardball on this one. See, when you have too many ashes in your system, this just happens.
The mascot is saved.
Yes, the only Pokemon I need, clearly. Well, I'm pretty sure we can market it anyway. Pokemon will never die.
It's just a little cloned. It's still good. It's still good.
Oh, no, what are you doing? You know what this reminds you of, right? I don't know, it just looks a lot like, the actual biological birth process, the way they come out, the way they're going down the tubes like that.
The fallopian tubes.
Yeah, or the birth canal or something like that. Yeah, see, because Mewtwo was cloned and it's deep and shit, and you're supposed to feel amazed.
I cloned him so fast, didn't even have time to give him tribal tattoos.
Yeah. Well, how are we gonna tell them apart then? Oh, this one fight's not as good, alright. It's hug time now. I thought he got a Voltor for a minute there. That's an Electrode. No, it's not.
How does the Pokeball know where to go?
Yeah, now that I think about it, how does it automatically return to everybody's hands?
This is my angry face.
Well, good job, guys. I may be the ultimate life form, but you guys make the ultimate mess.
I'm gonna have to clean this shit up. Venusaur, grab a mop. In fact, grab two.
Oh god, he's got like a firing squad. He's gonna ice these guys. Ice beam, if you will.
Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Hey, you may leave anytime you like, but you can never leave. Well, wait, I thought you wanted to kill him all. Make up your mind! I don't even know what you're trying to do anymore.
You know what? It's past my bedtime. You know, I gotta be up early in the morning to conquer humanity. Just go out there and drown.
I have some Breaking Bad I need to catch up on, so just get out of here. I like to imagine Ash just punched all his way through that. I know it's not true, but that would have been great. Wait, you can't even tell if those are the clones.
They could actually be the originals, just staying hush to, you know, not get slaughtered.
I'll beat you, Mewtwo. For now, I have an animation budget. What a great contribution to the clone army! Psyduck!
Well, every team needs their mascot.
Or their water boy.
Yeah.
And he decides, in his most bawling moment, to run up and fucking punch the guy.
Of course it doesn't work, because Mewtwo is psychic.
Ash, you can't use Mega Punch! Quit doing that!
Okay, I'll try Double Slap.
No, it didn't work. Get the fuck out.
Then he tossed him really hard across the room, and it didn't work.
It's a bouncy bubble. Don't you mean a jumpy bubble?
A moon bounce.
Get out. This is pretty funny, you know what I think about it. Man, Mew is kinda dopey in this one.
Whee!
Oh, that was the first instance of Shadow Ball, looks like.
Well, I doubt it was called Shadow Ball at the time.
Yeah, they just decided to make a cool energy Kamehameha move, and then they just named it. I don't mind. I like Shadow Ball. I think it looks rad.
It's like in the writer's room in Japan. Guys, we want to make a movie where we want to question whether Pokemon battling is right or not, and whether or not the real forms or the clones are superior. And then I want to have a Dragon Ball Z battle at the end.
I love it! Print that! Mew, do you want to pay attention over here? No shit.
Don't you hate it when dubs have to spell out the obvious?
Man, at this rate, they're never gonna get off Namek! Alright, who's the Ginyu Force in this scenario? Ugh, I better go kill Jice. No, you're just boring.
Now, I know Dan Green voices Mewtwo in the sequel, but I can't help but think of Yami Yugi as Mewtwo in this movie for some reason. I don't know why, he just gives me a King of Games vibe.
I mean, it's not the same guy, but still, he's kinda got that edge. Wow, that sky looks pretty impressive.
Hadouken!
Bullshit, you spammer!
I'm psychic, yet I didn't see that coming.
Oh, there we go. No, Namek will go on forever! I don't know, you seem to be fucking around a bit too much for my taste.
Yeah, you set up the tournament, but you got no time for games.
Hey, our spines are just as good. Well, that's because you had spreadsheets, you fucker, and your action replays.
And here, Meow fulfills the one duty from the anime, in that he is the interpreter for Mew.
It's kind of hard to sympathize when it's just mew 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 mew. Here is some power to show my worth. I wish he used something other than Shadow Ball, but Shadow Ball does seem to be filling the bill.
Well, he's used, Reflect, Psychic, Shadow Ball?
Kaioken? Now, he doesn't actually block the powers in the Japanese version. And this is kind of an important point. The reason they're not using their powers here is the fact that it's not a contest anymore. These guys want to kill each other. It's not, anything refined. It's territorial bullshit. I'm gonna fucking kill you right now. And that's why, when this song plays, it kind of undermines the actual message.
You need some rousing, dramatic music, eh? What you don't need, what you need least of all, is a fucking pop ballad.
Oh no, it kills the mood out back.
What if Pokemon fought Pokemon? It'd be really bad.
Better sing about it. This is pretty bad, guys. Well, we get a lot of wrestling too, and apparently Golduck knows how to box, which is kind of awesome. At least Hitmonlee, it makes sense that they'd, fight like that, but everybody else, My question is, now that I think about it, why did, trainers emphasize the use of techniques over this kind of natural fighting? You would think that even in the situation where they're trying to kill each other, Pokemon would use their natural weapons. If I found out I could shoot fire, I'd definitely be doing a lot more to get my territory than pissing over everything,
Yeah.
Kaioken times 4!
Kaio what?
No, seriously, Kaio what? Meow, meow, meow. Oh no, he's evil because his ears are pointier. Wait a minute, didn't Richie's Pikachu have that thing going on with the ears? So I guess now he's just practicing on his rival. Nice flip, triple points! Oh, now we go with the dramatic music. Thanks, guys. A bit late.
This has much more impact than that teeny bopper crap. I'm so sick of this shit.
And then Venusaur can't even do anything. They just nudge heads. That must be hell. They got arms. They got claws for hands. I just gotta nudge people.
Venusaur, more like Venus Snore.
And here we go, the moral that's been crammed into the English version. It wasn't like this again in the original version. In the original version, they were emphasizing the fact that it was more of a territorial fight. They really did want to kill each other. Here, they just kind of go with the whole fighting is wrong message, which doesn't really work in the cockfighting anime.
This is like one of the things that drags down Mewtwo Strikes Back, and it's why I actually prefer Power of One overall. I think the message in the sequel is much better.
I agree, definitely. And again, Power 1 does have its problems. I think Mewtwo is a much stronger antagonist than Lawrence III ever was. But it's stuff like this that really do bring down the dub, in my opinion. Ka-shing! No, we can't be Persian Wolverine. That's not the Meowth way.
It took me months of horrendous physical pain to learn to stand on my hind legs, and you do it instantly? That's bullshit.
Yeah, man. Well, at least he doesn't have his mouth. That's the one thing the clone got right. You know, in a lot of ways, Tom, we're all kind of like Meowth. We all have coins on our head, and we learned how to talk for some reason.
Astute observation, Helldragon. You should be a philosopher instead of a commentator.
You're right. In a way, we all are Meowths. So go out there and become Persian and learn Payday. Man, I cannot wait until the Android Saga starts. I'm sick of this shit. Man, I hate to see Ash fight a Colossus with the way he climbs over stuff.
West Side, Pika!
No, I won't fight. West Side is horrible for everyone. Come on, hold on, I gotta find the weak point. Ugh.
Okay, Pikachu's just getting slapped around. Your Charizard is literally getting bitten all over.
Well, at least Charizard is trying, you know? I mean, at least he's putting some effort into this bloody free-for-all. Was that something anti-Semitic?
Fuck you! And again! And again!
West
Side!
Side! West Side! West Side! I never realized how horrible the West Side was, Tom. I'm so sorry, man.
Why don't people talk about yellow version more? Why is red always brought up?
Quit cockfighting until I tell you when to cockfight. I guess that's kind of his plan. It wasn't really consistent, Brock.
Well, his priority right now is just kill Mew.
You can hang like clothes on Nurse Joy's hair. Everybody's hugging. I don't get it.
That's what they tell the kids, anyway. I think that moral anvil's dropping everywhere now.
Boom, boom. There it goes.
Oh my god, it crushed Wigglytuff. Colosseum sucks. Ugh.
He's just waiting for him to stop so then he could just nuke him with Thunderbolt. Ha ha! This island will explode in 5 minutes. This is what happens when you fight a Pokemon Warrior Elite, you low-level trash.
Here's a thought, Mew. Instead of bouncing into each other, why not use energy beams? Sound good? Yeah, sound good. Let's fucking do this.
Well, that was kind of lame. I was expecting more of a Kamehame. Don't let him power up to 100%, you idiot! The aftermath of going to Pokemon, the first movie.
Oh my god.
They're all horribly injured, no!
That's what you get for sitting through Pikachu's vacation.
I've got the best plan, guys! I know how I'm gonna stop this! Nice! Good shot! Bleh.
I've got nothing to say to that other than freaking sweet.
I don't even know, man. So rather than blow him up, it just basically turns him into a statue, which is kind of a lame way to do a psychic beam, okay.
Alright, show of hands, who cried when this happened the first time around?
Not me, because I already knew about this when I finally got to see the fucking movie. They didn't have YouTube back then. Hey, wait. Electricity doesn't work on rock types.
Well, ground types.
Man, it's amazing what you can accomplish with no music. He's just as stiff as he was when he was alive.
He's method acting right now, kids, don't worry.
It's pretty good. I have to appreciate it's a good method here.
He even gets a stone cap to complete the ensemble. Okay, there have been some pretty big Deus Ex Machinas in the Pokemon universe, but this has to be the most bullshit one I have ever seen.
That's true. Although, at least leading up to it, it's kind of an intense moment, which is pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it has a little bit of impact, but it doesn't dull the fact that they cry him back to life.
Yes. They are using, I guess this is Revive Power. It's a new Pokemon move that, turns statues into flesh. Oh, wait, it's stone to flesh. I get it now. Share your energy with me! Hey, wait, aren't you crying? Maybe your tears can help out too, Misty.
Nah, just Pokemon.
The best part is that since Ash nearly died, when he gets back to full health, his power level will have increased.
He gets up and just blasts Mewtwo to ashes.
To ashes! Ah! I got that reference.
No, I wasn't making a joke. He literally kills Mewtwo.
There's no joke here. We're not fucking around.
If you notice, those tears went to his backpack. Clearly the most important part of Ash's being.
It had all the potions inside, of course. And on the third day, Ash came back. And lo, he proceeded not to win any more Pokemon tournaments. Amen.
I swear, some of the music there sounded like that one song from Beauty and the Beast where Belle is, like, finally getting to know Beast properly.
It's implausible, but hey, my friend's back to life. I'm not gonna say, no, I'll do it again! Which Bulbasaur is the real one? I don't get it. Which one do I shoot?
Well, we're never going to be seen again.
Yeah, I'm glad they were so effective in this movie. Thanks. The fact that Gyarados cried is kind of disillusioning, now that I think about it. That kind of really reduces his intensity.
And then you realise he's water and flying, and thus 4 times weak to electric.
Well, apparently he's 4 times as weak to bitch tears.
Okay, this speech is much more effective, because it's short, simple, and to the point, and it has a nice bit of music playing in the background.
It's still kind of a bit sudden, like Mewtwo kind of just shifts gears a bit fast for my taste, but, at least he gets the point. Wait, how do you know which one's the clones? You're taking away Ash's real Bulbasaur, what are you doing? I don't want to go with this crazy troop, Ash!
You know what's ironic? Cypher can finally fly, despite not being able to learn fly at all.
Tom, do all Vulpixes go to heaven?
No, most of them go to hell.
It's warmer there, alright.
Well, it's a fire type, what'd you expect? Peace!
Out of this fucking place.
I'll see you in the direct-to-DVD sequel.
By then my voice actor will be different, but it's alright!
I think it would be better if no one knew this happened, so I'm just gonna blow you all up. Bye!
We're not doing this joke again, by the way. But still, massive psychic powers. He has amazing decorating skills, clearly. He's environmentally friendly, and he can wipe minds. Truly, he is one of our greatest natural resources, Tom. Oh no, the movie's starting over! Ah! We have, ends, guys. Just take a bit.
And to think, this could have all been, avoided if they had just hired a temp.
Yeah! Okay, well, Mewtwo would have killed everybody, but yeah!
At least it would have been surprising.
Oh, I didn't expect that coming at all. Well, maybe you should have paid attention to the rest of the movie. Pew!
So, Helldragon, Mewtwo Strikes Back. Your thoughts?
Well, for the first Pokemon movie, it's not perfect. I think the villain is really strong compared to some of the later ones. I mean, Mewtwo is the perfect antagonist for the first Pokemon movie, and I do think, he had, like, a good motivation for being an asshole and things like that, and they kind of cut out some of the stuff that helped that along. The setting, it's kind of weird, like, out of nowhere where he gets all this kind of stuff. The story doesn't really feel like it's progressing. It's mostly just Mewtwo showing how much of a badass he is, but at the end, I still think it's a decent first film. Obviously, later ones are better, but as it stands, this one isn't so terrible.
There's a bunch of continuity errors, but that's really to be expected from the first movie of its kind. It would get better as the movies went on. And while I wouldn't say it was my favourite of the movies, I would definitely put it in my top 5. But the next Pokemon movie is actually my favourite, so I'm looking forward to covering that one again.
Oh god, we gotta do them all again. Let's just do them all over again. Even back to fucking Ranger in the Temple of the Sea. We'll just be caught in a loop forever.
Gotta come 'em all, Pokemon, yeah.
No! Get me out!
And on that note, thanks for watching, or listening rather, to our audio commentary on Mewtwo Strikes Back. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you all next time for some more Hellfire Comms movie shenanigans. See you then.
See you then!